In just a few minutes, you'll learn how to cut the perfect A-shaped dress that fits beautifully and moves with style. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to cut the perfect A-shaped dress just like you are seeing on your screen. This video is centered on how to cut the lower part of this dress, which is the A-shaped part of this dress. Do you have issues cutting any A-shaped dress or maybe A-shaped skirt? This video I'm going to be explaining in details step by step, and this video is absolutely a beginners friendly video because in this video I'll be telling you the measurements you need to be able to cut the lower part of a dress like this. I'll be telling you all the measurement that you need to measure on whoever you are cutting it for. Without talking too much, let us dive right into the video. So firstly, considering that this A line is a dress that is coming from the waistline, is not a skirt, the basic measurement that you need to measure on the person or have at back of your mind, the waist, in this case the upper waist, and then the skirt waist as well, the hip and the length. Definitely, I'm just going to be listing all of them here for you to see. Another thing is you need to determine how wide you want your A line to be, and you need to determine if this A line will have longer back than front. I mean, the full length, will the back be longer than the front, or they are going to be on the same length. All these things you have to determine while you are cutting your fabric. So in the case of this, my own is not going to be too full, and the front and back will be the same length. So what I will do is, depending on the quantity of fabric that you have, I'm going to be multiplying our hip times 2.5 because I'm trying to manage my fabric. If you have enough fabric that can be enough for you, you can multiply the hip by 4, you can multiply it by 3, you can multiply it by 5. It depends on how full you want it to be. But in my own case, I'll be doing times 2.5 over hip. Then for the length, considering that it is a gown and not a skirt, that means the length has to start from the waistline. So I deducted a half length from a full length, and then I proceeded to marking the rest of the length. I added just 1 inch allowance. I cut this out from the whole of my 5 yards of fabric. I folded this into four, leaving zip allowance of 2 inches at the back. You can see the way I'm folding it. I left 2 inches at the back. Then what I'm going to do next is to start measuring. So the next is to divide our waistline by 4. Like I said, this is the normal upper waistline. This is a dress coming from the waistline. It is not a skirt. So I'll be dividing our waistline by 4. I'm excluding the zip allowance before starting my measurement. You can see that I didn't add the zip allowance to my measurement. So after marking this, you're going to add sewing allowance. In my case, I used 2 inches for our sewing allowance, so I marked that. Then from that waistline, I'll measure the nail length depending on the person's full length. Even if you've not seen the person before, like physically, mere looking at the measurement, you can know if the person is a tall person or a short person. This person's full length is 59. That means she's a tall person, but not too tall. So for our nail length, I'm going to be using 21 in total. That's 4 for from waist to skirt waist, and then 17 from skirt waist to nail length. Like I said, this is a gown. These are all the things you have to put into consideration before determining the nail length. So I used 21 for our nail length, and then I went back to the waistline. I measured 4 inches downward. This 4 inches is the distance between our waist and our skirt waist, because I consider skirt waist even when I'm sewing a dress, because I want that part to be very, very fitted. So on that 4 inches, I divided our skirt waist by 4. I marked that and I added 2 inches allowance. Then from there, I measured 5 inches downward, and on that 5 inches, I divided a hip by 4, and then I added 2 inches sewing allowance. Now on the nail length, depending on how fitted you want that part to be, and this absolutely depends on who you are sewing for. She doesn't want it too tight, so I'm just going to be deducting 4 inches from her hip, and after deducting 4 inches from her hip, whatever is left, I will divide it by 4 and still add 2 inches sewing allowance. You can deduct more than 4 inches. You can even deduct as much as 8 inches. This just depends on, you can even deduct 10 inches. It absolutely depends on how fitted you want that part to be. Then from that point, you're just going to rule it out the way I did. Now on the zip allowance part, that 2 inches that I've used on the zip allowance, on the nail length, I'll be reducing it to 1 inch. And on the waistline, I'll be reducing it to 1 inch as well. So that it's going to give it that butt kind of shape around the butt region itself. So around the butt region, I'll leave it at that 2 inches. But on the nail length, I'll reduce it to 1 inch. You can even reduce it to half inch. Depends on how fitted you want that nail side to be, like I said. And on the waistline, I reduced it to 1 inch and I proceeded to cutting this out. After cutting it out, what is next is just to transfer this to the doll face that I used as lining. So at this point, this is what the lower part of the dress, the A-shaped part of the dress is looking like. I would not want to call it skirt because it's not a skirt. It is a dress joined together to the upper part of a dress. And although I'm still going to slant the front of my dress, you will see it towards the end of this video. But for now, this is what I've cut out. Now, what is next is to transfer all of this to my doll face. It's nothing serious. It's just to place it. I didn't cut it together when I wanted to cut the doll face. I cut for back first and then I cut for front first. But I cut the actual fabric together just to save time. So this is me cutting for the back, the doll face for the back, and I made it 2.5 inches shorter than the whole length. I'm still going to fold it so it will eventually be around 3 inches shorter than the lace itself. Then I cut doll face, which is serving as the lining for the front panel as well. After turning the front panel and slanting it, like I said, I will slant it. This is what it's looking like. You can see that my front panel is slanted. This is what I'm trying to achieve, but I started by cutting the length from waistline downward because the higher part of this lace part is touching the waistline. So basically this method is the same method for cutting the lower part of dresses like this. It's the same method for cutting a shape like this. It's just that for this one that the back is longer than the front, you are going to fold it in a way that the back will be very, very longer, like 20, 25, 30 inches longer than the front before you even cut it at all. So you can't cut front and back together in this case. You have to cut front first and use it to cut back. But in cases like these ones that are now showing on your screen, you can cut front and back together just like I did in the video. For this one, it's just a function of the length. If you want it to be flowing like this on the ground, you have to add a lot of inches to the person's actual full length. So whatever the full length is, you can add between 10 to 15 inches. And definitely you cannot use times 2 or 2.5 of the hip line in this case. You should use like times 3.5 or 4 of the hip line even before folding at all, so that your dress will flow very well on the ground like this. So my name is Oluwatosin. In case it's the first time you are seeing my content and you're welcome, please do well to subscribe. If you have any question, please ask me down in the comment section. And I also have a detailed tutorial on how to cut a-shaped dress that the back is longer than the front. The link to that video will be down in the description box. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as much as possible. Help me share and meet your friends and soulmates. Thank you for watching from beginning till this point, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.